What's up, everyone? Joe Shoes here, and I'm doing another vintage Masters of the Universe unboxing today, but it's not quite too vintage like we've been accustomed to when I do these on this channel. This time it is a mystery box of 2000X Masters of the Universe. Before we get started, please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, get down in the comments, tell me your opinions on 2000X, because I know a lot of people are very divided on 2000X, the figures. I think we all agree that the series is wonderful, but I know a lot of people don't necessarily love 2000X like I do. I personally have a lot of nostalgia for 2000X. It's really the thing that brought me back into Masters of the Universe and the thing that brought me back into collecting. At that time, I was collecting other things here and there, mostly wrestling, but 2000X coming out and the accompanying animated series really just brought me back into the world of Masters of the Universe. And since then, I've been a massive Masters fan. And this box today was actually somebody had reached out to me, said they were looking to unload all this stuff and if I'd be interested, and I just took one look at it, and I wasn't necessarily looking to build a 2000X collection, but I couldn't say no. So I said, throw me a price. It was an agreeable price, and I've had this box just sitting here, and literally this box has been here for about a year, so I know it's 2000X. I just don't know what's inside. So we're gonna find out together. Let's show off this box. I've already cut it open for easy access. It's a big box. It's a big box, 2000X on the inside. Let's start digging in and opening up. So the first one that we have in here is a Stratos. Stratos was in wave 1, if I remember correctly. I think these figures are so cool. He has his weapon, his wings. He has the rockets, the missiles on his backpack. I thought this was really cool. And there was actually a funny story. He's a little loose. He could use a little dust, but otherwise in pretty good condition. If I remember correctly, yeah, these rockets shoot out. Haha. I remember I did that at work one day. I had just picked up this figure at a Toys R Us and then headed into work. And while I was playing with it, I just started shooting the missiles and they went all over the office and didn't go over well at work. So Stratos is our first entrant in our 2000X Royal Rumble today. Number 2 is Fisto, and I didn't have Fisto when I was collecting this line. There were all sorts of distribution problems with this line that eventually just forced me to give up on it. I just got so tired of not being able to find figures that I completely gave up on it. And the thing is too, is that now I have to go and back and look and see about the accessories that each figure is supposed to come with, because it's been 20 years or so now. So genuinely, I really don't know. So I'm going by whatever I just got packed in this box with how this guy packed it and what he gave me. And he didn't put me under any illusions that everything was complete, but I just have to go back and see what I'm missing now. So I've got a Fisto. He's got his giant fist. So kind of works, not really, a little sticky, but he's also got his clamp. I assume that comes with him. Fisto's a pretty cool looking figure. Very tiny head for such a big body though. But Fisto, number 2. Next one up, Skeletor. Now, as we all know, if you've watched this before, Skeletor is my double main man. And I don't really think he looks like the animated version of Skeletor, but I love this Skeletor. He just looked so evil. That was awesome to me. We've got both pieces of the power sword that interlock and connect, as well as his Havoc staff. So we've got our Skeletor. That's really cool. Like I said, I know a lot of people don't like this line. Maybe it's the nostalgia talking, because this was the first figure line that I ever actively hunted for. I was probably 19 or 20 at the time. So I was in an age where like I could get in the car and go to the store and go to different stores. And there were message boards at that time. So if someone said, hey, this Sears has NECA figures, which was something that really did happen, I would go to that Sears and see if I could grab a NECA. So that's our first three. Next one up is a 2-bad. Now, in the animated series, he actually starts off as 2 people and gets welded together. Got the shield and this 2-piece, 2-pronged weapon here. This is really cool. The sculpting on this is great. 2-bad, never one of my favorite characters, but I always appreciated like the coloring and how different he looked. And I think in this line, they really nailed, you know, like a really good sculpt of just, you know, of something that made this figure stand out. So I think that's a really good one. Now this guy is one of my all-time favorite characters. Small role in the original vintage series, a little bit bigger in 2000X, but Cyclone. Cyclone I have always just loved. I don't know, and I talk about this all the time. I don't know if it was the coloring or what was it, but I always thought maybe it was the little hologram sticker on his chest. I just always thought Cyclone was the man, and that's why like I have a little bit of a Cyclone collection. I always try to get a Cyclone whenever they release him in any form, just because I've always loved Cyclone. This figure I think is great. The coloring is good, body's good, the sculpt, he's got his twisting waist, that way he can swing around and cause a ruckus. Next up, ManEfaces. ManEfaces had some good burn in the series too. He's got his weapon, shoots a missile, and you should be able to turn him at the top so he can go from the actor to the robot to Manny Monster. Personally, I will display him as the robot. I'm surprised by how packed this box is. I didn't realize there was this many in here. But this next one, Mecha. Coloring on this Mecha looks a little darker than I remember. He's also got the green glasses or visor. I wonder if this is the Snake Men version. I don't know. There were some repaints and other versions in this line. I'm not too well versed in that because, like I said, I was kind of out of it a little bit earlier because of how difficult some of these figures became to track down. I just got frustrated and it took me out of the line. But Mecha, you twist him at the waist and his neck extends. Beautiful. Oh, we got Panthor. This is great. This is a nice little collection. We're getting a nice cast of characters here. So we've got one of the key. Doesn't have all his missiles and weapons and stuff. Yeah, that one goes on here. I don't know what this goes with. Probably goes with the other piece. So we're missing some missiles on that, but Flocked could use a little brush through him, but otherwise in pretty good shape. Your basic Panthor figure. And if you got a Panthor, you gotta have a Battle Cat. So Battle Cat's got his armor. Let's see if he's got some accessories. Don't know if it's all of them. We've got one of the foot clamps. Well, we've got the other foot clamp for his claws, and 2 guns. So those will go on either side. Just about complete, if not fully complete. So very mean looking Battle Cat too, which was a big thing because 2000X Battle Cat was a little bit vicious, especially compared to the old vintage one that we grew up knowing and loving. We have our Weapons Master. Man-at-Arms. This is a good figure. I think they really nailed his armor. They sculpted the hell out of it. Made it bulky, made it big. In the series, it expands and detracts whenever he's in battle or in rest mode. He can hold his mace in one hand. And then for his fist, he's got this cannon. And he can also shoot missiles. And I've always liked this Man-at-Arms figure. I think he was a complete badass in the series too. Next, this is Whiplash. And this is another one that I think they did a great job with the sculpt because it's just, he's big, he's Whiplash. Like, he shouldn't look like the rest of the figures. He's a huge figure, bulky. They have that sculpted tail that swings. He's got the button on the side, so if you press it, it will swing the tail. And he also comes with this double-sided blade weapon. And like I said, under no circumstance did the guy who sold these to me put me under or tell me that they were all coming complete or mint or anything like that. He just said, this is what I have. And I said, give it to me. Still got a way to go. This is Triclaps. And now, like, we're getting all, like, the really notable guys too. So this is a nice starting building block for a collection of any point. Like, you really got pretty much all your name guys. I mean, Skeletor, Too Bad, Stratos, Whiplash, Mechanic, Man-at-Arms. These are the cats, both cats. Like, these are all like the base characters. So for me, who I didn't have really any 2000X in my collection, to be able to get something like this where it's basically as great a starter kit as could have been imagined is terrific. So Triclops has a button in the back, so when he's holding his sword, he can swing it at you. And what was this called? The Doom Slayer or something? His little drone. The Doom Seeker, I believe. So he also comes with that. It comes on the peg, so he can make it fly at you and do surveillance. Now we got a box inside the box. King Randor Convention exclusive. This is a Staction. King Randor Convention exclusive, limited to 2,000 pieces. Yeah, this was the NECA Staction, and this actually looks to be signed, if you can see it right there. Looks to be signed by the Four Horsemen. So I don't know if this has even ever been opened. It looks like it might have been. There's a little indent in the foam there. We'll take a look at that. The Staction. I never had any of these Staction figures. The NECA took over the Master's license for a while once basically the line got canceled at Mattel. NECA had it for a little bit, did about maybe like 5 series of Staction figures, which were just figures that they had kind of started sculpting and producing and just never made it out. So this was an exclusive. This is, happy to have it. Oh, now we got another, this is a big one. This is another Staction. This is Grizzler. Grizzler never made it into the actual regular 2000X line. Wow, he's huge and heavy. Comes with accessories, his stand. I mean, and this is just crazy. This is huge. The fur on him is dynamite. Everything on him looks great. They're not really articulated figures. They were done as statues. I'm guessing that was to save on cost, but he looks absolutely phenomenal. So this is a wonderful looking Grizzler. And now we've got our He-Man. Can't have any collection without a He-Man, right? This is the He-Man with the modified H on his armor that was made for this series. I remember at the time, it was a big deal if you got the old school, because there was like a variant with the Iron Cross that he had in the original series. But this one, I feel like the one with the Iron Cross now has become more common, mint on card, because I think that's the one pretty much everyone agreed to save mint on card, thinking it was going to be worth a lot of money, as opposed to the one with the amalgamated H. But He-Man here comes with his power sword, his battle axe, and his shield. And now we've got our He-Man, that way he can assemble the Masters and go to bat against Skeletor, because what else would he do? And the hits keep on coming, because now we've got a Tila. Tila in this series, another, like, really, I thought she was really well written, badass, you know, as opposed to the somewhat damsel in distress they had her in the original series. Has her snake staff, a sword, almost reminiscent of the She-Ra sword, and her tiny shield that clips to her wrist. Another good sculpt here. I think they nailed her hair from where it was in the cartoon series. She always had that waft of hair in the front like bangs. Oh, get out of here. This is a convention exclusive Keldor. Yeah, it is. Convention exclusive. I never had this figure. I thought it was one of the coolest things I had seen at the time, that they would make a Keldor. He's packed it up here with both pieces of the power sword, the Havoc staff, and he has, yeah, he's got both of the interchangeable heads here. This is the basic Skeletor head, and the one with the burning face, as if he has just gotten splashed with all the acid. Wow, I didn't know this was in here. This is incredible. This is one of those figures that I have always wanted in my collection and have just never pulled the trigger on. And not that it's so expensive, it's gone up, but not that it's so expensive. For whatever reason, I've just never been able to pull the trigger on it. And to get it in this giant lot for a very reasonable price, that's absolutely amazing. This whole thing was worth it beforehand, but now seeing this Keldor figure just packed inside is just absolutely stupendous. So I'm a happy boy right now. And this is an Evil Lin. Evil Lin, and this is my favorite Evil Lin figure like ever. I think this is the all-time greatest Evil Lin figure, the 2000X Evil Lin. I think the sculpt is great. They nailed her coloring, her tone, her facial expression. I like even like the back of her dress, the way it's molded. I just think it is absolutely awesome. This one comes with her wand staff as well as a dagger. And like I said, I'm a huge fan of this figure. And this one has actually become pretty pricey because I've kind of been tracking it a little bit on eBay. But that's it is, if you go and compare this Evil Lin figure to the rest of them throughout time, this has to be the best one far and away. It is outrageous. And speaking of classic characters, we've got Buzz Off. This is a loaded box. Loaded box. Okay, so Buzz Off not complete because he only has one of his wings. And it looks like he has room on the back for 4 of them. But Buzz Off is another figure that I think they absolutely did great with the sculpting. I thought his body type was good. He has like that bug insect feel to him, the way they did his arms and his legs. He comes with this this axe looking thing with the long staff. That way he can hold it when he goes on the road to get some fruit to bring back to the bee queen. This is a really cool figure. I'm gonna have to hunt down those extra wings now. A couple more to go. Orco. I mean, this really is like the all-star team. You know, not that this collection had all like the weird bottom feeders of the line. You know, it didn't really last that long. But I mean, this really is like an all-star team of figures here. An Orco with his stand, that way he kind of floats. Very nice. Has his magic wand, as well as this trick that shoots this ball out from it that is getting stuck. But for the most part, it works. And now reloads and still works. Anything left in here? 2 more. Oh, wow. We're saving that one for last. This one is a Prince Adam. Prince Adam, 16 years old, just a boy with some dreams, dime in his pocket and a dream in his heart. Is he going to become a warrior? I don't know. Everybody's making fun of him because of how lazy he is. But he comes with a couple weapons, or he's packed with a couple weapons, I should say. A piece of the sword, a little mace staff here, and what looks to be like some kind of periscope. And last but not least, I can't believe this one made it to the bottom of the box. This was the Toy Fair mail away exclusive, whatever you want to call it, Faker. And this is, he may be missing some weapons. He only has this sword. I don't know what else he was packed with. This was only available by ordering through Toy Fair. Came in an exclusive box. He does have a little bit of paint wear to him, but I mean, to get him in this lot, him and Keldor, along with these Stactions, like this is insane. Legitimately, I paid like $200 for everything in this box, which is absurd. And this has always been a favorite of mine. When I was a kid, I loved the Faker figure, not because he was a robot He-Man. I just loved the idea of a blue He-Man. So to me, that was always awesome. I did have this for a long time when I was collecting this line. Eventually, I sold it. It's one of the ones I would have loved to have gone back and bought, and now it's just here. Like, this is absolutely incredible. I'm so thrilled to have all of these figures here. How many figures are we looking at here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 18, 20 mainline figures, as well as the 2 Stactions, Grizzler and King Randor. That is insane. What a box. This has been a phenomenal box. Now I feel like I got to go all the way with my 2000X collection. Like, how do I stop now? There are some other ones out there that I definitely need. I'm going to have to go get that Ram Man. I'm going to have to get that exclusive She-Ra. There is no choice. The Snake Tila. The Moss Man exclusive. Beast Man. I don't have a... Beast Man feels like the one that got away in this collection. The one that's not here when I have all these brand name characters. What a collection. I'm so excited to have this in front of me. And now I feel like I gotta go get the Castle Grayskull and start displaying these things. And maybe dig around, see if I can fill in the accessories, such as Buzz Off's wings, the missile launchers on Panthor, stuff like that. That way we can complete them as best as possible and make a beautiful collection. Either way, what a time. What a box. I can't believe I've been sitting on this box for so long. But thank you for coming and checking out my 2000X collection. Get in the comments and tell me what you think about 2000X, because like I said, I love this line and I'm so excited to have these in front of me now. It genuinely brings me back to being just a smidge younger and being able to pick these up on shelves, buy them, collect them, display them. This was really the first ever toy line I ever actively displayed, you know, where I'd set up the battle between good and evil, whereas vintage, I was on the floor actively playing with them and reenacting the battle scenes. But this was my first ever line that I ever actively displayed for display purposes. So get down in the comments, tell me what you think. Remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at the Joe Shoes, and we can talk 2000X He-Man all day because I absolutely love it. Otherwise, thanks for watching.